Hello Sagittarius friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Sagittarius August 2021 Astrology Must-Knows. Definitely go to anniehelpsyou.com to see a nice organized list of all the free goodies I have for you all in one place where you can interface with them so you don't miss anything that I do for you. And if you would love to be an astrologer as your profession, or add it to work that you already have, or just know astrology more for your personal development and to help your family and friends, you will love my Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery course, which you can see more of at lumelife.com, L-U-M-E life.com. I also have several free courses that you can check out there. Okay, so one admin note before we get going. This is for you if Sagittarius is your moon, your sun, your rising sign, your Venus, your Mars, and the way you can see if you have other planets in Sag besides your sun, if that's all you know, then you can look for how to run a free birth chart online and you can see more of your chart. I'm always encouraging you to go into deeper dimensions of how astrology can help you to live your best and most exciting, wonderful life. And you can do it with astrology, and you can use the tools that I work hard to give you every month in deeper ways when you figure out more about your chart. Okay, so all of the Saggies, no matter what the placement, this is for you. Okay, also if you're a late degree Sag, so like December 11th through the rest of the sign, but especially like around the 16th or so through the rest of the sign, or around like 24 degrees to the rest of the sign, you will want to also watch my Capricorn videos. And if you watch other astrologers, you may also want to watch their Capricorn as well. People in that late degree, especially the later degree, the more this is true, there will be pieces for you in this video for sure, Sagittarius, but I will also have things for you in my Capricorn report. And I recommend that you experiment with watching both if you're in the late degree because you have a more complex read. Okay, so what do we have going on? We have so many must-knows and so many things to celebrate. The first most important must-know is that we have a continuation of those beautiful open stars that started around July 8th and go until around September 7th. So August, we're right here in the middle of all that. What do open stars mean and what can you do in those times? Things that are greatly supported are big action steps, forward momentum, clarity, planning for the present and the future, starting anything of importance, making commitments, paperwork like legal contracts, things like that, engagements, weddings, big plans, travel, trips, all of that, moves. Very, very, very well supported in this month of August. So if you have any of those things pending, you might see a lot of forward movement, and especially Sagittarius, which we'll get into here pretty soon. But the general open stars are going to bless everyone. There are also extra energy around the stars being open because we're away from eclipse season. I know that Sagittarius out there, like me, have had a massive amount of transformation, for better and worse, that have occurred in May and June and July from the eclipse season, because we're in a Sagittarius-Gemini eclipse cycle that started last year and is going until the very end of this year, influenced to the beginning of 2022 as well. So we are in a time of massive saying hello to new wonderful things and saying goodbye to things, some of which we wanted to say goodbye to and we've worked to say goodbye to, but some of them we did not want to say goodbye to. I know, along with you, Saggy friends, I had to say goodbye to something that I did not want to say goodbye to in this eclipse season. It was one of the most difficult times of my entire life for this to happen. But I also know that the energies of the universe, the law of the universe that says energy is not created nor destroyed, it simply changes form, is very evident at eclipse time. So no matter what you've had to say goodbye to, that energy that exited from your field is going to be replaced, if it hasn't already, by new things, and many of those things you might love more than you could imagine. Okay, so this is the time that we're in for Sagittarius, but the intensity and the heaviness of that time is softened in this month. So you're starting to get into your groove, your new normal from the big eclipse changes, and that is something to really celebrate at this time. Also, we don't have any outer planet clashes, which is a very big deal. So those are all adding to this open feel of this month. Something else to celebrate, major must know, is that we've got a series of Uranus trines this month. A trine is the most fabulous aspect in all of astrology. Uranus is the planet of surprises, of sudden insights, of sudden change, like a lightning strike, something that just zaps in. And in this case, since it's a nice aspect, it's a nice energy. So happy surprises can abound all month and even into the first week of September, as we have 4 beautiful trines with Uranus. I'm going to give you some dates on those now. And remember that when you sign up for my free email newsletter at anniehelpsyou.com, you'll get all the dates of all the aspects in the month, sweet and salty, and what you can expect from them delivered into your inbox 1 month early. Okay, but I'll give you a few here that you can mark down. On the 2nd and 3rd, oh, by the way, the dates I'm going to give you, know that the beautiful aspect or the beautiful manifestations can come in the days around these dates. It's not isolated to just those dates, but these are a guideline. And these are also great dates to do launches or to do anything important, okay? August 2nd and 3rd, we've got a Venus trine. Mercury trine, the 19th and 20th. Mars trine, the 21st and 22nd. Then in the first week of September, we've got a Sun trine. Okay, so this beautiful sequence of exciting breakthroughs and solutions, groundbreaking insights, and things gelling materially can also show up because Uranus is in that very grounded earth sign of Taurus. Okay, so something else that's very notable, a big must know, and this is tying into the dates that we talked about for Mars trine on the 21st and 22nd. Something else happening at that time is the blue moon. So everybody's heard the saying once in a blue moon. That's because blue moons are much more rare than regular moons. A blue moon is when there is a second full moon either in a calendar month or an astrological sign. So we have that going on in Aquarius at 29 degrees. So fullness, completion, fruition, yes, in some cases drama. Also elucidation, the hidden things coming to light are all going to be focused around that time, the days before and after as well. Things that you've worked on can come to fruition in a big way. New things, sudden things can come in a wonderful way. So it's all very exciting and everyone can benefit from this, but especially air and fire signs, because this is going to tie into your placement. We'll talk about that in a second. I want to talk about some ways you can see this show up. Aquarius energies have to do with networking, friendships, social media, internet projects, tech things, community-based projects. So either an insight or a helper from those areas can help you with something else, or things in those areas can come open in a big way. It could be that you've got a friend reunion. If you're, wanting to spend some time with friends, you could catch up with them and just have wonderful experiences, or you could launch your social media, and that's supported in a lot of ways this month, but especially around that time. So very exciting breakthroughs in those areas. Now, every Sag can be specially kissed from this aspect, and those of you who are in the very late degree placement, so we'll say around December 16th through the rest of the sign, or around 24 degrees through the rest of the sign, you all are going to get the most kisses from this aspect. Rare opportunities and magical transformation are afoot. Okay, so you can see sudden game-changing things occur. And you can just have sudden insights or a small spark that could be a major catalyst for something very exciting. Okay, so now let's get to something I've been very, very excited about for Sag. I'm a Sagittarius as well, and I have a ton of placements in Sagittarius. So I get very, very zesty whenever anything is going on for Sagittarius that is supportive. And this is Leo energy. Okay, so in July, we started this. In August, we have a continuation of this. Whenever the planets get into Leo, this is exciting for Sagittarius because Leo makes a trine, the most favorable aspect in all of astrology. We've been talking about it with Uranus. You've got extra trine energy this month, continued from July with your placements. Okay, so nobody's going to be left out of this. Every Sag is going to be kissed by this over these months, July and August, and so it's definitely something to celebrate. Things that you can see extra activated from this: your creativity, your fun, things that you've wanting to do and you're getting to do those things, among them teaching and learning. If you are an astrology, or if you're not an astrology, sorry, I'm an astrology teacher, that's why I was thinking that. But if you are a teacher, your teaching can blow up in amazing ways at this time. If you want to be a teacher, if you want to change how you're teaching, all of your teaching aspects are lit up so beautifully. If you're trying to write a book or a blog or a course, this is an amazing time for a launch or anything that you do to do very well. If you are a Sag who loves international everything, which I know I do, language learning can get kicked up to a higher level. International travel can get kicked up to a higher level, and it could be sudden, okay? So if you've been wanting to have an international trip and it's not working out because of different restrictions, this could be the time, and it could come out of the blue. So my suggestion is that even if it seems like all odds are against your international travel, get your passport updated, have it ready, do everything that you can to prep the space, make a vision board, and watch the magic, because a lot of Sagittarius are going to have sudden things that go on at this time. And if you're not actually traveling anywhere, it could be international connections in other ways. This can also enhance your hope and your faith and your optimism. And so if you've been feeling very heavy and feeling down, this can help to boost you up. And all of this is going on in July and all of August. So you've got a really great long experience of this. As the energies continue to be in Leo, there's also an activation of creativity from the perspective of the child. So wanting to create a child, if you're a parent, doing stuff with your kids. So you might be seeing some really fun things go on, maybe some fun summer or winter for you all down under, travel going on in July and August. And this is, or big breakthroughs with things involving kids. Also, this is a house of romance, so you could have things really heating up in your dating sector or with your partner that you are so excited about. You can get re-excited about your partner and have a lot of momentum in your relationship space. Okay, so we also have a lot of strong and growing energy in Virgo, and what this means is many things. This means increased powers of concentration. Saggies sometimes get distracted and off track, right? And it's hard to pull through projects where you might get yourself involved in little piles of this and that and hard to pull things through. But this can be a time that you can go back, make a list of things that you really needed to pull through or want to pull through. My suggestion is that, let's say you have 4 things that you really wanted to get back to and pull through. Schedule one in your calendar, 1 a week for this month. And actually it will be for September too, so you can pick like 8 things and do it, all in August and September. And each week just pull something through, because you will have more concentration and organizational energy. You can revamp your whole system, take things out of the cabinets, get everything organized. It's a wonderful time to do things that are a little bit harder to pull through at other times. And this is very much supportive of your work sector. Virgo aspects the Sag's work and career and employment sector. So you will see your work and career move forward in a very big way at this time. And there could be a strong link between your creative projects and your work. Many people are rethinking what their previous work was. And as work changes are happening, many people are considering to leave their job or leave their industry and get into other things. And if you're trying to get into something new, there's a strong general planetary move towards people finding their passion and following that for their work. So if you're one of those people, this is a fantastic time to launch new businesses. It's a fantastic time to get into a different industry, to start getting experience, even if you're working for free or an internship or something that helps you to build in order to get up to a paid position, any of that. If you're a person who doesn't need to work or make money, this can still be very bright in your sector of what you're doing in the world. Everybody has gifts. I talk to a lot of people who are in retirement age, and they're, don't have to have, work for money, or other people who are independently wealthy and they don't have to work for money. And this sector of the chart is also like your purpose, what you're giving to the world, how you're interacting with the world. And the older we are, the more chance for wisdom we have that has accumulated. So you can help people with the gifts that you have, and this could be a time where you implement that, whether money is involved or not. Okay, now the Virgo energy can mean that a critical eye is coming, and this could be good for editing. This could be good for writing. This could be good for, a positive critical eye. But it can also manifest in a not so positive critical eye. So you just want to be aware that you could be criticizing someone or looking at them through this, slanted perspective, or somebody could be looking at you that way. So you might fall under scrutiny. And the more you can try to look for what the person is telling you past the way they're saying it. Sagittarius are very sensitive to delivery sometimes, because we can be very positive and optimistic, and if somebody is being super negative, we don't really like that, So if someone is giving you something in a way that seems negative, sometimes it's easy to just dismiss what they're saying and throw the baby out with the proverbial baby out with bathwater. But if you can just really look for what their point is or what they're saying or what their truth is, it's very possible that you can dissolve the conflict, build intimacy with the person and move forward in a way where you have a benefit from a self-development standpoint, or a way that can actually improve your life through other means. Okay, so let's see. Some other things that are must-knows is we do have more salty aspects compared to sweet ones this month, but they're not major aspects. They're little nuisance ones. So you will see nuisance bumps throughout the month, ego flares from the Leo placements, little criticisms, people being grouchy or judgmental, things like that. But there are things that tend to pass quickly. If you have something going on that's not passing quickly, it's not coming from these general aspects. It's coming from something going on in your chart that's a longer term placement. But these more superficial aspects are things that will pass quickly. Also, we have a lot of inconjuncts. I call a nuisance aspect a superhero opportunity, where we can triumph over something in ourselves. It's a point of tension that we can break through and get to a better place. So minor interruptions to progress, awkwardness, things like that will be present throughout the whole month, and it's good to know that. Something else of major importance, especially for Sagittarius, is that Jupiter is still retrograde, and you will be feeling that. If you have a project or something that was blazing forward in the first, let's see, until around May or so, and then it just started to poof away, don't worry about it. It's working in the backdrop. Jupiter's working in the backdrop. So whatever it was that cooled off, if it doesn't start coming up now, then by October it will be full bore again. And it's good to know this, because let's say you have a publishing project and you sent it to somewhere and you're not hearing anything. Don't waste your time as you're waiting. Do a bunch of other things that you've wanted to get done or wanted to do, because that project is likely to come back in the forward movement in a big way in October when Jupiter goes direct. You are going to feel it. Sagittarius is going to celebrate then. But we can still be celebrating while it's in retrograde. We just can't be pining away for that thing that isn't happening, because you could see sudden movement. Okay, and you might start to see some signs of that in August and September. But, again, if it's not, if something with immigration or writing or teaching or something like that is just not zesty right now, then know that it could be because Jupiter is working in the backdrop for you. Something else about Jupiter that's a major must know is that Jupiter is going back into Aquarius for, a while. And that is especially beneficial for Sag placements, because Aquarius is a nice aspect for Sag, okay? If you haven't already watched my video called Jupiter in Aquarius for Sagittarius, you will definitely want to watch that video. You can search for it organically, Jupiter in Aquarius for Sagittarius, or you can go to my homepage and look at the Jupiter in Aquarius playlist. But you definitely want to watch that to see the storyline and the dates of your Jupiter kisses. Now, those of you who are late degree friends, so we'll say, and specifically 22 degrees and on, okay? Usually late degree starts around 19 degrees, but it's only those with 22 degrees and on that will be getting an additional Jupiter kiss. So that's going to be around, but not exactly, depending on the year you were born, December 12th babies and on, you still have more Jupiter kisses coming. And even if you're not in that placement, still Jupiter being in this harmonious sign for you is going to be very helpful, and you can see more in that video. If you want even more details about how the current and upcoming astrology may affect you personally and how you can make the most of the opportunities, your first one-hit stop is to go to anniehelpsyou.com. Right there on the front page, you can sign up for my free email newsletter. You will also see a list of all of the other free things that I have for you each month, and you can interface with them through that one organized section. When you sign up for my free email newsletter, you get many wonderful bonuses, including a monthly write-up 1 month ahead delivered into your inbox of all of the notable aspects of the month, what you can expect from them, and the sweet and salty dates, and a general write-up of the points to note as the astrology must-knows. You definitely want to go to lumelife.com, L-U-M-E life.com. That's my school, Luminous Life Multiversity, and check out the free courses that I have there. And I also have paid courses. And if you think I put a lot into my free resources, you should see the depth and complexity of my paid courses. If you would like to be an astrologer as your trade, be a professional astrologer, add astrology to any of your other work offerings, or just do astrology in a deeper way for your friends and family, for your own self-development, then you will love my Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery course. This is a mega course that will equip you to do whatever you'd like to do with astrology. So I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.